manufacturing license. So
Mr. Firdaus, sorry for
yes,
interrupting. Can you make it your slide bigger?
yeah, sure, no problem.
That's bigger.
All
Thank
right,
you.
all right. So now we focus to the manufacturing license. All right. So basically, under the manufacturing license, sorry, manufacturing license is basically it's not that requirement for any manufacturing company. You can start your business after you establish the SSM, and once you get a business license, then you can do already without any requirement for you to have this manufacturing license or the exempted letter. But if let's say in future or assistance that you need to have some help from the governments, then it's become a mandatory for you to get it. Especially if you want to have, if especially if you are the manufacturing company and you want to have some assistance from the federal government, especially MITI, MIDA, custom, immigration, Matrade, and also others agency that help the manufacturing company. So from the requirement, it becomes a mandatory if you need assistance from the all this federal agency or ministry. So basically, and manufacturing license is already gazetted under Industrial Coordination Act (ACA) 1975. So in definition of manufacturing license is about the manufacturing activity of the making, altering, blending, ornamenting, finishing, or others treating or adapting any article of or substance with a view of its use, sale, transportation, delivery, and disposal. So basically, this is the what we call it a definition of under manufacturing license under the ICA. So basically, whatever if you produce the thing, or you make the alteration, or you make the fabrication or anything you put some of the value added into the something and become an other product, so it will consider that you are the manufacturing. So for the company to get a manufacturing license, they got a few conditions. This one is the normal. We got it on the graph, on the guidelines, right? Whereby for the company, need for you guys to and to get the manufacturing license, need to have at least the shareholder fund, at least is 2.5 millions, or the full-time workers above 75. The shareholder fund is consists of your paid up capitals and also the uh, retained profit or the retained earning from. So you can check from the your audit report or your SSM company profile. So if you add up all of it, paid up capital plus retained profit or retained earning, if you get 2.5 million, means that you are already eligible to get this manufacturing license. Or less, if you don't have this amount, you can get it, but your workers is more than 75, then you can enjoy it also. You can get it. Let's say you don't have both of these criteria, so government will provide to you, will give you the letter of exemption for manufacturing license. So this letter of exemption also work samely function with the manufacturing license, right? Both are act same. The company also can enjoy all the same privilege, the same benefit as for the as the company that have the manufacturing license. In this is in term of uh, the formulation into of the certification only. If you are the manufacturer, you got a manufacturer license. If you don't have the criteria, then government will give you exempted letter. But both can enjoy the same benefit. So other than these two criteria, this is the one that the new additional result, the internal part of the MIDA lah, because MIDA is about the uh, assessing body to process the manufacturing license or the exempted letter. So for the company to get a manufacturing license, let's say their shareholder is more than 2.5 million already, but MIDA will assess other things, which is number one is CIPE, is cost of investment per employment. It must be more than 150,000, value added more than 40%, MTS ratio must be more than 25%, and local staff must be more than 80% by ending of 2023. So they will assess the company first, and let's say you are get this one, then only you will granted the manufacturing license. Even though you have a 2.5 millions or 75 workers there. This is the new way. This is the one that the newly added into a system this year. So let's see some of the example. Let's say a company A, their investment of 8 million. The investment is consists of factory, machine, equipment, and land. We call it capex, right? And then they say the number of workers is 40, and from 40, the number of local workers is about 33, and cost of imported raw material is 20%, and cost of local raw material is 35%, and number of MTS is 20. Right. So from this, you can calculate the SAPE is about 200,000. Value added 100% is we take a price of X as factory price, become the 100% and minus this 20% representing the cost of imported raw mat, and 25% as cost of the local raw mat, so it become 55. So means that your product value added is a 55% from the raw material that you have, then your value added is 55%, and MTS ratio is about 50%, and local workers is about 82.5%. So once you get everything is passed, then you are eligible to get a manufacturing license. But the government, especially MIDA, giving what call it, some lenient, some call it kelonggaran in terms of the local worker percentage, because they want is need to meet by end of 2023. So if your company doesn't meet this one, also they are also provided they also can granted the license, right? But by end of 2022, by end of 2023, you need to come back with MIDA to show that your company is already meet 80%. This because this one is actually why the government imposes is to eliminate all the foreign workers, actually to give more chance to local workers to work. All right. So what is the document requirement to get a license? This is basic one. You need to have a valid business license from the local authority, SSM company profile, auditor report for company that more than 1 year, management account for company less than 1 year, list of machinery, list of raw material, and list of products. Right. So basically, this is the normal documents, and except for other than this, normally they will you also need to have the manpower, but that manpower I'm not mentioned here because the one is a bit complicated in terms of the how to fill up and how to prepare the things. Basically, this is the most documents that they will ask, right? And you need to have it first before you apply any license. Even let's say you already meet the criteria, all, but you need to prepare all this document. If you don't have the document, also MIDA will not processing this application. All right. So basically, why the company need to have a manufacturing license or accepted letter? Like I mentioned on the second slide there, if you want to have some assistance, some benefit or some privilege provided by the government, especially the federal government, then you need to have the manufacturing license or the accepted letter. Right. So this is some of the facility provided by the federal governments towards the manufacturing company that have the manufacturing license and also the exempted letter. They got incentive, automation capital allowance, duty tax exemption, COO. COO is the certificate of origin. And then they got the expected post and also grants.